I just got called out by Casey Neistat for posting a video to one of his YouTube videos. Not a link. I clipped a YouTube video of his, posted it on my social media profile called Threads, and I guess it got a lot of traction overnight. I think last time I checked, it had over 100,000 views or whatever, because it was a great video. That's why I shared it. I was like, this is a really cool video. I'm gonna share this small portion of this video that I thought was really interesting. And I mentioned this is Casey Neistat explaining why AI slop will destroy creativity or whatever. So I didn't think anything of it because I do this all the time. And the reason why I do this is because, unfortunately, most social media platforms nowadays, including Threads, will basically shadow ban you if you post links. So I post a link to a YouTube video, it just doesn't get sent to anyone else. It'll show up on my feed, but I don't think it really shows up on anyone else's feed, if that makes sense. It just kind of just basically talking to myself, because they don't want, it makes sense because they don't want people linking out of their social media platform, right? They don't want you to click on a website to go to YouTube and then get sucked into YouTube, because they want you to stay on Threads or Instagram or Twitter or X or whatever. So this is kind of like the standard across all social media platforms. Anyway, so I did that, and I do this all the time. I kind of rationalize it like, okay, yeah, I do this, but everyone does this, and obviously, if any creators don't want me to do it, I'll just take it down. But I mean, this is kind of how the internet works nowadays, and yeah, I mean, I guess technically you're not supposed to do it, but I don't know. I guess this is why I'm making this video, because this is something I need to kind of reflect on, because some people don't mind. A lot of people don't mind, but I guess some people do, like Casey Neistat. He kind of posted a very clear message, and I responded. I said, you know what, I'm sorry. I'm not here to try to take your work. I don't make money off Threads. I wish I did, but I don't make money off Threads. So I don't know. Does that make this any better? If I did make money off Threads, would this be even worse? I don't know. I honestly probably not. I don't know. Like, that's why I need to reflect on this, because I did feel guilty. I did feel bad. Took the video down, and then started reflecting on my social media behavior. Right. So I post a lot of content that's not mine. I don't claim that the content is mine. So that's kind of how I rationalize it in my head. It's like, this is not my content, but I'm posting it to let you know that this content exists. And I think in my head, I'm just trying to defend myself, saying like, oh yeah, it's not a big deal, yada, yada, yada. But I guess for some people, it's a big deal, or at least some kind of deal, enough for them to tell me to, not even tell me to stop, just kind of express annoyance at me. Maybe Casey is basically saying, oh, I can't really stop you from doing this. I'm not gonna sue you. Obviously, this is I got bigger fish to fry. But I spent a lot of time in this video. I made this video, and you just took it and got thousands of views on your Threads account or whatever. Like I said, a lot of people don't mind. This is the first time that I've been called out. I think it's the first time. But yeah, obviously stealing is wrong, but this is kind of a gray area, because it's not yet stealing. It's you're don't know what you call it, because no legal action has taken place, right? That's not to say like if you steal a candy bar and you don't get caught, then it's not stealing. So I don't know. This is why I have to reflect on this. I have to think about how do I conduct myself going forward, because sharing videos or sharing content, finding and sharing content is something that I like to do. Not necessarily because it brings views to myself, but maybe that's part of it, which is maybe not a good thing. So maybe I need to stop doing that. But right now, it feels weird to say that because I do that so often. So it's gonna take, if I do go that route to change, that would be a big change, right? So I guess another thing I have to think about is what other gray areas are there? So obviously, I don't blatantly steal. I never take a candy bar off the shelf and walk out the store. But I will admit that I use, I guess, illegal or semi-legal streams to watch live sports. Now, I guess technically I'm not doing anything illegal because according to the law, the person that's hosting the video is the bad guy. Like, if you put up a video, a copyrighted video of like, say, a movie or whatever, then you're the one that's gonna get in trouble, not the people watching it. I think that's how it works. So there's some gray area there, but still, is it okay to watch those things? So I used to watch bootleg movies, not a lot. I used to do it like maybe for like a week or two, maybe a couple years ago. I watched like The Wild Robot, or just some other movies on. There's just millions of illegal or whatever bootleg movie websites, and then I stopped because I realized that felt kind of egregious. It was like, it's like maybe technically it wasn't legal, but it didn't feel right, so I just kind of stopped doing that. But when it comes to watching, let's say, the Philadelphia Eagles, my favorite team, I don't want to spend, I don't know how much it costs, like a ton of money on a package to where I can watch every team on every Sunday or whatever. So I didn't want to spend all that money, but I still want to watch the Eagles. So for me, I kind of try to justify that. So I'm gonna try to find these bootleg streams and watch my favorite team play, and then I just kind of wash my hands of the guilt. So it's like, what is it? It's half guilt, gray area, half guilt. I don't know. Another thing that's kind of on my mind, that I guess you can say I struggle with. Just another lesson, or another thing to remember, that just because you follow Jesus Christ or try to follow Jesus Christ doesn't mean you're going to be perfect. No one's perfect, and that's not an excuse to just go do whatever you want, because you have to repent, which means turn away from it. So the worst thing you can be doing is doubling down and being proud of doing bad stuff, right? Like, I could have just said, screw you, Casey Neistat, I don't care what you say. It's the internet, deal with it. You make videos, you're a super megastar YouTuber. There's gonna be a million people taking your video. So, I mean, who cares if I do it, right? And some people think like this. And I could just leave it up and just out of kicks and giggles. But definitely did not seem like the right thing to do. And the Bible does not give you a step-by-step instruction guide on what to do in every single situation. Obviously, don't murder, don't steal. Well, I don't know how obvious that is. So don't steal. How does that apply to this situation where I'm reposting video content on my social media feeds? Or on my YouTube channel where I post AI videos that I found that I think are interesting for people to see as kind of like a curated gallery. How do I operate about that? I don't know. I need to think about that. And I thought about maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is a sign that I need to start making more original content. Maybe I just kind of have to progress my way towards something better. So maybe I'll stop posting certain content. Maybe I'll keep posting some content that I do post from people who I think don't mind. For example, I noticed that Charlie Kirk posts a lot of videos, and everyone takes Charlie Kirk's videos and just scrapes it and puts it on their YouTube account or all over social media, and he doesn't care, as far as I know. I think he even encourages it. It's like, yeah, I make these videos. Yeah, just take it. Just spread the word, spread the gospel, whatever. So if he doesn't mind, then is it actually illegal? Because it's not. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. It's like if it's almost like an implied permission, right? It's like, hey, because I haven't really said anything otherwise, so you can go ahead and just take these videos and do what you want. Because in a way, it kind of builds up their brand, exposure or marketing or whatever. But some people don't like that, right? Some people say, hey, I don't care about marketing. This is my stuff. Don't mess with it. And if they express that to you, then you have to respect that. If you can't, in good conscience, you can't just be like, screw you, Casey, I'm just gonna leave this up. I don't care about anything. That seems like obviously the wrong thing to do. But yeah, I mean, I'm not claiming to know the answers. I'm online a lot. I'm on social media a lot. I post a lot of things. I post a lot of video content that's not mine. So something to think about. I feel like my mindset was kind of shoot first, ask questions later kind of thing. Like, better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission kind of mentality. But I'm kind of rethinking that right now. I need time to process this and sit with it and reflect on it. But I do want to move in the right direction. And I think the right direction is making more original content. I had this one thought. It's like, I felt like a criminal. It's like, hey, if Threads or YouTube says, hey, Dad, you are a bad guy and we're going to take away your social media, just ban you from the platform, how would that affect me? And I thought, well, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is to get more comfortable talking on the camera. So they can't take that experience away from me. If they destroy my YouTube channel, ban it or whatever, I still had this experience, this practice that I'm doing right now, as I'm talking to you through this iPhone of mine. I'm always gonna have that experience. So they cannot take that away from me. It's like if you go to school and you go through the classes and learn the information, and you get expelled from school for stealing an apple or whatever. Yeah, that sucks. You got kicked out of school. but you still have that knowledge. They can't take that knowledge away from your head. So that's one major takeaway I have from this little incident is, one, I need to start making more content, just mainly out of practice for myself. And two, I guess be more discerning about what video content I post. It would be pretty bad for a person who claims to be on a faith journey, to try to be more like Jesus, to be getting called out like this. It doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. Feels bad. Feels bad. But how do I fix this? How do I move forward with this in a way that will stick? People want to change all the time. They want to go from bad to good. Well, everyone is bad, but they want to transform their behavior from bad behaviors to better behaviors. And sometimes that takes time. And that's not an excuse. That's not just saying, oh yeah, it takes time, so I'm not really going to try and improve myself. But that's just the way it is. I think that's just the reality of it, is sometimes things take time. And no one knows my heart, but I guess partly me, but God. From what I understand, God knows your heart better than you know your own heart. And we have to reflect on things like this. Thank God I don't indulge in a lot of vices. I don't even really drink alcohol. You're allowed to drink alcohol in moderation, but I don't even really do that. If I do, it's like 1 beer or 2 beers a year. That's because I don't really get much opportunity to, and I don't really need it. Like, if you told me you can never drink alcohol ever again, I'd be like, okay, no big deal. I don't do drugs. I've never been into drugs, so that's good. Am I greedy? Maybe I'm greedy in some aspects. Actually, yeah, I am greedy. I'm fearful of not having a lot of money. Not saying I have a lot of money, but I say I like to have a cushion of money. Which I feel like sometimes makes me kind of stingy or cheap. I don't know. I battled with that all my life. A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, you're not cheap," because you spend money on people sometimes, but a lot of times I don't. So I don't really know how to fix that. I'm trying to work on that as well. Just trying to be okay with less. Fear, anxiety is, I don't know if that's a vice or a sin, but it's one of my defects. Is that I don't do the right thing because of this fear, this very kind of this selfish fear. I don't know, a lot to reflect on. Now I'm thinking about it right now, is like if I should ask for suggestions. I should ask for feedback and suggestions. Even though it's not super fun to hear people criticize you. It's like, let me criticize you. It's like, no, don't criticize me. But these are the things that I think we should do. And it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not fun. It's not pleasant. It's embarrassing. It's shameful. But it is what it is.